Hello! Right, it's the next day and it has given the fillets plenty of time to go off. And if you notice, I've got some things protruding out of the rockets. What these are basically, I'm going to prime it now with the X primer. And so I've just got some cardboard tubes. I tend to save these because they can come in handy. And I'll put the cardboard tube inside the rocket to give me something to hold on to so I don't have to touch the rocket itself. I've got one on the back nozzle, the booster section, and I've also got one for the nozzle. I've got to mask off the nozzle around it because obviously I don't want any paint where it goes into the actual rocket itself, because it won't come out, it'll stick. So I'm going to get the old Etch primer and I'm going to start coating them with my mask on, and then I'm going to have to sand them with my mask on. It's going to be horrible with my mask on, but it's got to be done because my dicky ticker and the smell as well. So yeah, we'll get that all sorted out, and then we'll see how it comes out and see if I need to do any more filling. Okay guys, we've got the Etch primer on the nose cone and the body tube and the back tube as well. So it's had 2 coats. I'm just going to let them dry thoroughly now, and then I'll be able to take this bloody mask off for one thing, and then I'll be able to sand them down, get rid of most of the primer, and make sure that all like the spirals in the cardboard tube are all gone, and then we'll be able to give it a normal top coat of white primer then, ready for the top coat. So let's crack on. Now I've got all the components of the rocket here, and I don't know if you can see that, but I've actually etch primed it all now and sanded it all down. That's got rid of the little rings, spirals and whatnot, and other bits of detail. I've still got a bit of rubbing down to do, but I've got all 3 of the components of the rocket now primed up, and including the nose cone. But also what I've done as well, I don't know if you remember on a previous video I was on about this goes on the back of here. If you can look inside there, I've actually coated the inside of that with a thin layer of JB weld, because obviously the hot gases will be close to that, so it's just extra protection for the plastic to stop it from melting. So I did that as well. So I've got a couple of bits of scale detailing that I need to add onto this as well, which include these small bits of wood here, and then I've got to put the launch lugs on as well, and then once I've given it another coat of primer and sanded down again, we can start putting the top coat on basically. Right guys, we've got all the scale detailing now put on the rocket. It's all been sanded down and sealed as well. The launch lugs have been put on and have now been fillets added as well, as you can see. So I've got the to the point where I can start giving it a coat of top primer, which will be excuse me, in this case white. Just a little bit of a tip, this tape here is over the coupler that goes into the back of the main rocket section. Even with low tack tape like this, if you leave it on for quite a while, if you're painting, it can actually tape the paper off. So what I tend to do, just as a little tip, and it does work, is just get some talcum powder and rub talcum powder all over the coupler where it joins into the back of the rocket, and then put your masking tape around. That way then when you finish painting, no matter how long you've left this tape on for, when you peel it off, it doesn't take the paper off, it just takes the talcum powder off. Works really well. So I'm going to go and get these painted up. I can't do it inside my front room here where I am now, because it'd stink the place out. So I'll go and get these all painted up and make myself a coffee, as you do, and then when they're done, I'll be back. We have a colour scheme. Now, as you remember, I did say to you that this on the cover is green, and I didn't want to paint it green because if I'm going to be flying at the club, at the Midland Club with it, there's a lot of grass around there, so I wanted something a bit more seeable, should we say. So I've gone for a red, white and black colour scheme. You can't beat red, white and black when it comes to colour schemes. And as you can see, I've left the nose white, even though it hasn't been painted. I've painted it all. Body's red and the fins are black. The contrast to the fins are broken down by these, because these go onto the fins. And we've got two white bands here. That's why this has been left unpainted, because one's going around there and the other one would have gone around the edge of the nose here, but I'm going to bring it down slightly, so you've got like a band of red in between the nose and the actual band itself, or white, so again it'll break it down a bit more. And then we've got the ailerons, we've got some panels here that go on in certain places, and the stars, one of which goes on each fin, and they're surrounded by white, so they'll stick out on the red quite nicely. That's the plan. So, but before I do that, I've got one more thing that I need to do, but that's not going to affect my putting on the decals. I need to glue this into the booster, into the rocket section, I should say. Just pop that in there so we don't get damaged. So this bit here has got to go onto there like so, and the way that I'm going to put that in is I'm going to put JB weld all the way around here, all the way around the back of the nozzle, and then I'll push it and rotate it down as I go, and hopefully it'll form a seam around the bottom as well. And then that'll be the for the booster section, for the main rocket section there. So I'll get that all done. I've also got to stick my rear nozzle on as well, which I'm waiting for the paint to dry. So once I've got that all sorted, then we can start putting the decals on. But for now, there's no point in you watching me stick a piece of plastic on the back of a rocket, because it's not rocket science. Do this in a time lapse because it's pretty boring watching somebody go. So yeah, I'll whack you on time lapse, and then once these decals are on, all I've got to do is wait for the decals to dry, give it a lacquer, and then it's finished. Okay guys, here we have a very nice looking Sasha rocket. That's the only thing that's wrong with this, the name Sasha. I don't know why Estes called it Sasha, but she's now got all of her top gloss coat on and she's looking pretty smart. I'm really pleased with this. So all the decals are now sealed on. So what we've got left to do now is to put the parachute in. Now I have, let's just move this out of the way so it doesn't get into where. I do have another parachute coming for this rocket, but I've got, where are they? Oh, I think we'll make a mess. I've got some bits and pieces that I'm going to be adding to this parachute so that it can be removed. Now for a start off, this shock cord, although it works, doing, it's elasticated. On a small rocket like this it ain't so fine, ain't so bad, but I do want to replace this at some point with Kevlar cord instead. It don't need to be thick, a couple of millimeters in diameter will be enough. I'm ordering it from Amazon. As you know, Kevlar's fireproof. This stuff, I'm not going to do it because I need the length. If you put it near a naked flame, it snaps straight away. Although I'm using Nomex parachute protectors, let's get I'm still using the Nomex parachute connector. This is one that I've got here. I'm not going to put all this in because it's too much. I'm going to cut a square about so big, which will be enough. So that will protect this a little bit, but like I say, I do prefer Kevlar, and when the Kevlar turns up I will replace this, and I'll still use the Nomex sheet. So what I've got to do first is get my shears, as I call them. Why can't they cut this stuff straight? It ain't rocket science, is it? I'm just going to cut a section out. I've got more of this coming as well. I think that'll probably be big enough. It's quite tough to cut. I'm just going to cut a square out. Oh, it's bloody warm in here. I've had to have the heating on to help the paint dry and whatnot. See, I can cut a straight line, why can't... so cut that along there. Like I say, I've ordered some more larger sheets of this for the bigger rocket, and the two big rockets that I've got, because they don't come with Kevlar, they only come with the parachute, although they do come with nylon shock cords, not rubber ones, not elasticated ones. So get in there. So that's that. I'm going to make it nice and straight because that's what I'm like. Got to make it look nice. This is also quite tough, so I'm going to need to cut a slot into it to feed the shock cord through, and even with a slot cut in it, it won't really tear. I'm going to do it far enough. I've got the telly on in the background again, guys. I've actually got the Hunger Games on, part 2. Been out for years and I've never seen them. Where's my conifer? So, let me think. I'm going to do it burrito style, so I'm going to make a cut here. Not very big. Like so. Now that that's that ready, I'm going to get this, and because I won't be actually flying this rocket for a few months because of the weather, I'm just doing this for the hell of it, really. I'm going to be sticking, where is it, this here. I've made this myself. What did I do with the original one? What did I do with it? There it is. I made this myself. This is the one that came on the instructions that you cut out, and it's just paper, but I prefer it to be a bit thicker. This is like thicker card paper kind of thing, which will make it stronger. But although I'm going to glue this with wood glue, I'm only going to glue this into the rocket using Yoo-Hoo Pour. And the reason I'm using Yoo-Hoo Pour is because when the Kevlar does come, I'll be able to pull it out really easily, and I'll be able to rub the glue off, and then I'll be able to make a new one of these with the Kevlar and glue it back in. What's the point, you're saying? Well, I like to keep myself going. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use wood glue for this, because this Gorilla Glue's good. Bear with me. Tell me if you get bored, guys, but trust me, if you do tell me, I'll ignore you because I won't be able to hear you. Right, so I'm going to smear, I've still got paint on my hands. I'm going to smear a good smidgeling of wood glue over there. Smear it all over. It won't hurt to make, I put too much on, I've flooded it. Where's my rag? It's too much. That's better. I've covered it completely. Wipe the glue off my brand new, already covered in glue cutting board. I'm going to lay the shock cord not dead straight like it tells you in instructions, at an angle, so that way when I fold it over, it'll fold over on itself as well. And get a bit more glue, put it on this. Like so. Give that a couple of seconds to go tacky. Which won't take very long in here, because like I say, it's about 90 degrees in here at the moment. Should turn that down actually. Okay, get this up, fold it over, like so. Give it a squash it down, get all the glue loose out of it. And put some more glue on this. Give it a couple of seconds. Need a rubber band. I'll show you why. Only want one. Put them back. You never have enough rubber bands. Okay. Now I'll get my right. Get my top on a dot. I'm going to fold this over again, like asshole. And what I'm going to do then is curve it around a bit and then get this. I'm going to put the rubber band on it, flick it around and put it on it again, double it over, and what that's doing is while the glue's setting, which won't take long with this Gorilla Glue, it's making the actual piece of paper, or card in this case, that will be glued into the rocket already curved. Because a lot of people just fold it over and then put it in either while it's still wet and it tries to spring out all the time, but if you do it this way and just let it dry for 10 minutes, it dries to a circular shape, so when you put it in it will stay there then. But like I say, I'm only sticking this in with U-Hoo pour because this is just a temporary thing. Right, while that's drying, I'm going to get my parachute. Like I say, I'm replacing this with a nylon one. I'm waiting for it to turn up from modelrockets.com, but as per usual, they don't keep their word when it comes to their orders. Order before 10 o'clock for next day delivery. I ordered it 2 days ago and it's still not showing as dispatched. But hey ho, I suppose with it being Christmas and New Year, they've been a bit behind. What I'm going to do with this, get the cords out. There should be one going from centre to centre, that's that one. And one going from end to end, which is that one. How big's this shoe? Is it 18mm? Where's my rouge light? 18 inches, I mean, 18mm. Yeah, it is, that's alright. That's what I ordered. Ordered a 9-inch for the Red Nova and an 18-inch with the Sasha. So I'm going to grab that, grab the end of that, grab the end of this, hold them together like so, and I'm going to pull them together. All the cords. Oh god, I've only gone and dropped one, and I plonker. That's it. Open it up again. Make sure they're not twisted. And they are. You can always skip this, guys, if you're bored. Pull them together. Right, what I'm going to do now, keep them like that. I'm going to put that on there to stop it from moving. And I bought, I'm just going to use these. I've got these snap swivels. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this try and keep them together. Put the snap swivel through, or the string through the snap swivel. I'm trying to keep them together still. And then I'm going to bring it over. Come on. Pass it through. And then pull it tight. Like so. While they're still together. Come on. Here we go. Cool, ain't that right? Yeah. Fiddly. There we go. Like so. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue, wood glue, on the knot. Just work it in. That will stop the knot from coming apart. This way, with these snap swivels, what I can do then is when I do come to change the parachute, I just unclip this and then I'll be able to clip the other parachute on after I've made it up the same way onto this, onto its attachment. Right, so I'm going to need the slots. Do-do-do. Oh. Yeah, eye bolts. So much stuff. More eye bolts there for the other rocket. I'm going to grab one of these. Oof. It should be dry now, which it is. So I can take this off. There you go. See what I mean? It stays nice and curved then. Put that back so I don't lose it. Put that back. Now what I'm planning on doing is I don't like to have my rockets noses attached directly to the parachute. I want about 6 inches or so from the parachute. So I'm going to put a loop through this swivel here. We'll try. Last time I tried this it took me ages. There we go. Pull that through like that. Take up some of the slack. Pull it through and pass the swivel through it, like we just did on the Somebody sounds like they're in pain. And then pull that tight. And then just for a bit of reassurance, tie that into a over and under knot, and again pull it tight. I lift myself with a little bit too much cord there. And cut that off. Right. So that's going to attach to the parachute, and then about here I'm going to put another one on. Actually, wrong. Again, snap swivel. I'm going to do the same here. These have got even smaller holes, these now. I don't want too big a one on here because it'll be where's my pencil? Bear with me, guys. Finally managed to get it through by using a cocktail stick, blunted at end. Pull that through there. Pass that through like I did before. Sweating well, I'm sweating. There we go. So now I'll attach that. Oh, I can go onto there. Clip that back in, and then that will clip onto the parachute, so this, when it hangs down, won't knock into the tube or anything, and it'll also keep it away from the chute. Okay, so I need to get the rocket now, get my yoo-hoo paw, because like I said, I'm sticking it in with yoo-hoo paw. Where is it? Oh. What the hell's going to happen with that now? There it is. That's going to be edited out. Right. Let's close these up so I don't lose any. Okay, we'll grab the rocket, leave the tail section, because I don't need that. This has got to go 2 inches down from the nozzle, so it's going to be about there. That's got to go, so I should just be able to get it in. Yeah. So I'm not going to put too much yoo-hoo paw on this, because like I say, I will be pulling it out once the nylon parachute turns up. If you've never used yoo-hoo paw, guys, it's an awesome glue. It's one of those kind of adhesives where you stick it on 2 surfaces, rub them together, make sure I've got no glue on my fingers, rub the surfaces together, like so, pull them apart and then leave them for a couple of minutes. So in this temperature it's only going to be about a minute or so, and then when you stick them back on, that's it. But it's like a rubbery type of fixture, so if you do need to remove it, you can. But like I say, this is just for the purpose of the video that I'm doing this. So I will be taking it out and replacing it with a Kevlar shock cord and a nylon ripcord parachute. Come on, dry off. Right, that's been left for a couple of minutes now. So if I push that back in there. There we go. Gosh, truth. That's it. That's it. There we go. Right. So, now that that's in, we can attach our parachute. Oh dear, right. So we can clip our parachute to this. Before you notice, yes, I have left the Nomex out, because there was no point in me tying that on. To purely and simply have to replace it when I get the Kevlar. So I've left it out, but at least it's ready. Okay, so I need to fold the chute up now. I've got a friend. Apparently everybody has their own way of folding up parachutes. Oh dear, I am sweating like a piglet. Put that in there, fold that over there, fold that over there, fold it over again, and again, and again, and then I'm just going to roll this gently up, like so, around here. This is not how I'm going to pack the chute. I'm just doing it to get the cord back in and to finish this video off. Finally, I've got a twist. Get the twist out. There we go. And then pop that in there. Like I say, it will have the Nomex, and the reason why I'm not twisting it like this is because it's rubber, and the rubber will grip the side of the tube, which we don't want. It'll be wrapped up loose. Let me slot that in there nicely. Get my booster, pop my booster on, and there we go. One completed rocket, and to be honest with you, I really like it. It's come out really well. I like the colour scheme. It's going to be nice and bright to see in the sky, plus on the ground as well when it lands in the grass. And all in all, it's took me a couple of days to make it. So we've got the Nomex, like I say, chute protector, which will go in there, and the Kevlar cord to come. I'm not going to put that on this video, that's something I'll do afterwards. So we've got a nice retainer ring that's held in with JB Weld. This booster thing at the back here is holding with JB Weld as well, and I've got some nice fillets. I'm happy with that. That's the Estes Sasha build, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Do click the old like and subscribe button for more content like this, and there will be a lot, because like I say, I've got 5 rockets to build and I'm going to be doing videos on all of them. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you didn't get too bored, and I will see you in the next one.